Still Waters and Soul Rest by Amos Inglewood from the Blue Ridge Mountains. There's just something about the hush of a mountain stream that quiets a man's soul. I pitched my old canvas tent beside a cold water creek tucked up in a hollow that barely shows on the map. It had rained the day before, so the fire took some coaxing, but by nightfall I had it popping good and low, just enough to warm my hands and my supper of beans and bacon. I had come to this place not to just catch trout, but to listen. Life has a way of getting loud even when you live far from the city. Too many concerns crowd the heart: work, family, the world, and all its mess. Sometimes you just need to get still long enough to hear the Lord's voice again. Out here under the stars and pines, He tends to speak a little clearer. The next morning I rose before the sun, packed my gear light, and slipped down to the stream. The water was crystal clear, rolling smooth over polished stones. I tied on a small dry fly and cast upstream near a fallen log. First cast, nothing. Second, a little nibble. By the fourth, a beautiful brown trout struck with purpose. I brought him in gently, admired his colors, and thanked the Lord before letting him go. As I stood there in the chilly water, I was reminded of Psalm 23:2. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. That verse hit differently with my boots in the creek and the sun breaking through the morning mist. God knows when our hearts are weary. He doesn't push us harder. He leads us beside still waters. He restores us, not just in soul, but in spirit, in mind, in purpose. That morning beside the trout stream, I felt a peace that hadn't come from a long full to-do list or padded bank account. It came from simply being with the Lord and His creation. Later that afternoon, I caught a few more trout and kept one for supper. As I cooked it over the fire, I thought about Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Waiting isn't wasted time, it's preparation. Just like that trout waited beneath the current for the right moment to strike, we too must wait on the Lord's timing. When we do, He renews us. Friend, maybe your soul's been running dry lately. Maybe life's been a little too noisy. If you can find a quiet spot by a river, a trail, or just a still place where you can be with the Lord, He's not just the God of Sunday services and high moments. He's the God of still waters, mountain streams, and quiet mornings where He reminds us who we are and whose we are. So until next time, keep your line tight, your fire burning, and your heart tuned to the One who made the mountains. In the stillness, He speaks.